Empty shelves, panic buying, prices skyrocketing overnight. If you've experienced a grocery shortage before, you know exactly how stressful it can be. And here's the unsettling truth. Experts are predicting new shortages in key grocery items could hit stores as early as next week. The question is simple. Are you prepared, or will you be caught scrambling when everyone else is already racing down the aisles? In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 12 essential items you need to stock up on right now before the rush begins. These aren't random suggestions. These are the strategic staples that disappear first during shortages. And they're the items that will keep your family fed, your budget intact, and your stress levels manageable no matter what happens. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to buy, how much to get, and how to store it properly. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we help you build resilience one shelf at a time. If you're serious about staying prepared and avoiding the chaos, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you'll want this information in your back pocket when things get unpredictable. Now, let's dive in. So why are shortages looming again? It's not just one problem, it's a perfect storm. We're dealing with ongoing supply chain disruptions that haven't fully recovered. We're seeing unpredictable weather patterns affecting crop yields and transportation. And of course, inflation is driving prices higher while making it harder for stores to keep shelves stocked. These forces are converging right now, and the result is predictable. Certain items will become scarce and fast. Here's what makes it worse. When shortages hit, panic buying kicks in almost immediately. People see empty shelves and they grab everything they can, which creates even more scarcity. It's a vicious cycle. The key to avoiding this chaos is simple. Know what to stock up on and act before everyone else does. That's exactly what we're going to cover today. Let's start with the absolute foundation of any emergency pantry: canned goods. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this: canned goods are non-negotiable. They're affordable, they're versatile, and they have a shelf life that often exceeds 5 years when stored properly in a cool, dry place. What makes canned goods so powerful is that they require no refrigeration. That means they're perfect for power outages or situations where your fridge space is limited. You can stock vegetables, beans, fruits, meats, and soups all in cans. The variety is endless, and they work in countless recipes. But here's the insider tip. Focus on protein-packed options like canned tuna, salmon, and chicken. These are among the first items to disappear during shortages because people recognize their value. They're filling, nutritious, and incredibly versatile. You can add them to salads, sandwiches, casseroles, pasta dishes, or eat them straight from the can in a pinch. The smart way to stock canned goods is to focus on what you actually eat. Don't buy canned beets if your family hates beets. Stick with staples you use regularly: beans, tomatoes, chicken, and fish. Then implement a rotation strategy. Use what you buy and replace it regularly. This keeps your pantry fresh and prevents waste. Grab extra cans before the rush hits. You'll be grateful you did. Next up, rice and pasta. These are the ultimate meal stretchers, and they're cheap, filling, and have a shelf life measured in years if stored properly. During any shortage situation, rice and pasta fly off the shelves faster than almost anything else because people understand their value instinctively. Think about the versatility here. Rice works in soups, stir-fries, casseroles, or as a simple side dish. Pasta pairs beautifully with canned vegetables, canned meats, or just some olive oil and spices. Both are incredibly quick to prepare, which makes them perfect for busy nights or when fresh ingredients are scarce. Storage is simple. Keep them in a cool, dry place and buy larger bags for better value. When stocking up, don't just grab 1 or 2 boxes. Get extra because these items disappeared during panic buying. Mix and match different types too: white rice, brown rice, jasmine rice, and various pasta shapes. This variety keeps meals interesting even when you're relying on pantry staples. Now let's talk about flour and baking essentials. Flour might seem like a secondary concern, but during past shortages, it became nearly impossible to find. Why? Because people turn to home baking when they can't find bread or when they're spending more time at home. Flour is essential for baking bread, making pancakes, thickening sauces, and countless other uses. The key is storage. Keep flour in airtight containers in a cool, dry place. For even longer shelf life, you can phrase book flour. But don't just stock flour. You need the supporting cast too. Yeast, sugar, and baking powder are crucial for homemade bread and baked goods. Sugar also plays a role in making jams and preserves, which can extend the life of fruits. Here's what to do. Check expiration dates, especially for yeast and baking powder, because these can lose potency over time. Buy extra extra bags of flour and sugar. They're relatively inexpensive and go a long way. And don't forget those extras like baking powder and yeast, because they can be surprisingly hard to find during shortages. Many people learned this lesson the hard way during recent supply disruptions. Let's move to the freezer section, frozen vegetables and fruits. This is where a lot of people miss an opportunity. Frozen produce is just as nutritious as fresh, sometimes even more so, because it's picked at peak ripeness and frozen immediately. It lasts for months in your freezer, and it's often more affordable than fresh options.
Unlike fresh produce that can spoil within days, frozen vegetables and fruits give you flexibility without the pressure of a ticking clock. You can use frozen peas, carrots, spinach, and broccoli in stir-fries, soups, casseroles, and side dishes. Storage is as simple as tossing bags in your freezer. Stock up on variety. Get berries, mangoes, and peaches for smoothies or baking. The beauty of frozen fruit is that it's picked at peak ripeness, so you're getting quality produce year-round regardless of season. During shortages, when fresh produce becomes expensive or scarce, your freezer becomes your best friend. Now we need to talk about eggs. Eggs are a kitchen workhorse, perfect for breakfast, essential for baking, and a great way to add protein to any meal. But we've seen significant supply issues and price hikes with eggs recently, and they could become harder to find again. The versatility of eggs is hard to overstate. Scrambled, fried, boiled, baked into goods, or used to thicken soups and sauces, eggs do it all. They have a decent shelf life too. Store them in the refrigerator, and they'll last 3 to 5 weeks past the sell-by date. For stocking up, buy extra cartons while they're available and affordable. Eggs are easy to store and use regularly, so you'll rotate through them naturally. And here's a bonus tip. Consider powdered eggs for long-term emergency storage. They last much longer than fresh eggs and can be reconstituted when needed. They're not perfect for every use, but for baking or scrambled eggs in an emergency, they're invaluable. Let's talk about milk, or more specifically milk alternatives. If dairy milk is in short supply or you prefer non-dairy options, shelf-stable milk alternatives like almond milk, oat milk, and soy milk are game changers for your pantry. Here's why they matter. Unopened cartons last for months and don't need refrigeration until you open them. That's huge for pantry storage. They're perfect if you're lactose intolerant, following a vegan diet, or just want variety. And you can use them in coffee, baking, cereal, or as a straight drink. Choose your favorite based on what you need. Almond milk is light and slightly nutty, oat milk is creamier and works well in coffee, soy milk has more protein, making it closer to dairy milk nutritionally. Buy several cartons and keep them in your pantry for emergencies. When everyone else is fighting over the last gallon of dairy milk, you'll be covered. Canned soup and broth deserve their own spotlight. These are absolute lifesavers during busy days or when fresh ingredients are scarce. Canned soup is the ultimate convenience food. Heat it up and eat it in minutes. You can also add extra vegetables, noodles, or protein to make it heartier. But don't overlook broth. Chicken broth, beef broth, and vegetable broth are essential for making soups, stews, and sauces from scratch. They add depth and flavor to countless dishes. Both canned soup and broth have long shelf lives, so you can store them for months without worry. Stock a variety. Get chicken noodle, vegetable, and tomato soup, whatever your family enjoys. For broth, having all 3 types gives you flexibility in cooking. These items take up space, but they're worth every inch of shelf real estate. Here's an item that often gets overlooked until it's too late: peanut butter. This pantry hero is affordable, packed with protein, and lasts an incredibly long time. Unopened jars last up to a year, and even open jars stay good for months. The versatility is amazing. Spread it on toast, dip fruit in it, add it to smoothies, or use it in baking. It's perfect for quick snacks or when you're low on ingredients and need something satisfying. During shortages, peanut butter becomes the go-to because it provides nutrition, calories, and comfort in all one jar. Buy in bulk. Multiple jars ensure you're set for months, and peanut butter is inexpensive enough that stocking up won't break your budget. It's filling, it's beloved by most families, and it's one of those items you'll be glad you have plenty of when fresh options are limited. For many people, this next category isn't optional, it's essential. Coffee and tea provide energy, comfort, and a sense of normalcy during uncertain times. If you're someone who needs their morning coffee to function, imagine running out during a shortage. Not a pleasant scenario. Both coffee and tea have excellent shelf lives. Ground coffee, whole bean coffee, and instant coffee all last for months when stored properly. Tea bags and loose leaf tea are equally durable. Neither requires refrigeration, and both take up minimal storage space. Stock up on your favorites before shortages hit. Coffee and tea can become surprisingly scarce when supply chains are disrupted. Mix it up too. Try different flavors and types. Herbal teas, green tea, black tea, and flavored varieties all offer different experiences and benefits. Having variety helps maintain morale and routine when everything else feels uncertain. Let's circle back to protein with canned meat. We touched on this earlier with canned goods, but it deserves its own emphasis. Canned meats like tuna, chicken, and salmon are must-haves for emergency preparedness. They require no refrigeration, last for 3 to 5 years in your pantry, and provide crucial protein when fresh meat is unavailable or too expensive. The meal flexibility is outstanding. Add canned meat to salads, make sandwiches, incorporate it into casseroles, or wrap it up in tortillas. When fresh meat is scarce or prices are through the roof, your stockpile of canned protein becomes invaluable. Stock variety. Tuna, chicken, and salmon all offer different flavors and uses. Buy extra cans to ensure you're prepared. These are high-demand items during shortages, so getting them now means you won't be competing with desperate crowds later. Breakfast deserves attention too, and that's where oats and cereal come in.
These are reliable, budget-friendly staples that last for months and require minimal preparation. Oats are incredibly versatile. Make oatmeal, use them in baking, or add them to smoothies for extra fiber and nutrition. Cereal is perfect for quick breakfasts or snacks, especially for families with kids. It's shelf-stable and satisfies cravings for something crunchy and sweet. Both oats and cereal store easily in a cool, dry place. Buy big bags of oats. They're affordable and filling. For cereal, choose varieties that match your family's taste and nutritional needs. Having reliable breakfast options removes one more stressor from your morning routine when other food options might be limited. Finally, don't underestimate the power of spices and seasonings. These might seem like extras, but they're absolutely essential for making simple meals taste great, especially when fresh ingredients are hard to find. When you're eating rice and canned vegetables for the third time this week, the right spices transform the meal from boring to satisfying. Most spices last for years if stored properly in a cool, dry place. They take up very little space but add enormous value to your cooking. A pinch of the right spice can make canned food or frozen vegetables actually exciting to eat. Start with basics: salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, and cumin. Add dried herbs like basil, oregano, and thyme. They're perfect for pasta dishes and salads. Get creative and experiment with new flavors to keep meals interesting even when you're working with limited ingredients. This small investment in your spice cabinet pays massive dividends in meal satisfaction. Now that we've covered all 12 essentials, let's talk about smart stocking strategies, because buying is only half the battle. First, rotate and refresh. Don't just buy and forget. Use what you stock and replace it regularly. This keeps your pantry fresh and ensures nothing goes to waste. Think of your stockpile as a living system, not a static storage unit. Storage matters enormously. Keep most pantry items in cool, dry places away from heat and moisture. Use airtight containers to prevent spoilage and keep bugs out, especially for flour, rice, and grains. For items like flour and some produce, freezing can significantly extend shelf life. These small storage practices make the difference between food that lasts and food that spoils. Buy what you actually use. This sounds obvious, but it's easy to get caught up in the idea of stocking up and buy items your household doesn't normally eat. That leads to waste and frustration. Focus on foods your family already enjoys and will actually consume. Plan for variety. Mix and match staples to keep meals interesting. Use those spices and seasonings we talked about to add flavor. Combine canned goods, frozen items, and dry goods for balanced nutrition. The goal isn't just to survive on these foods, it's to thrive while using them. Here's the bottom line. Food shortages can be incredibly stressful, but with a well-stocked pantry, you'll be ready for anything. The 12 items we covered today are affordable, versatile, and easy to store. They form the perfect foundation for your emergency food supply. Don't wait until shelves are bare. That's when prices spike and options disappear. Take a proactive approach right now. Plan your shopping list based on what we discussed and stock up before the rush begins. Not only will you save money and avoid panic, but you'll also ensure your family stays nourished and comfortable no matter what challenges arise. Preparation isn't about panic, it's about peace of mind. With these 12 essentials in your pantry, you'll be ready to weather any grocery store chaos that comes your way. Share this information with friends and neighbors too. Helping each other stay prepared benefits the whole community. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe to Prep Pantry for more practical prepping tips and pantry strategies. In our next video, we'll be diving into advanced storage techniques and how to create complete meals using only pantry staples. You won't want to miss it. Stay prepared, stay calm, and I'll see you in the next one.